Hey, beautiful people. I pray that you are blessed and highly favored. At my favorite place right now. I come to this beautiful park close to me just to find clarity, to pray, and just to have a moment to myself, being a mother, a wife, a friend, a sister. The kids are at school, baby's here sleeping. I think he loves out here as much as I do. Today I want to speak to you guys about planning a vision for your life. And the reason why I feel this is important is because I've realized that a lot of us don't have visions for our lives, and therefore life creates its own path for us. The Bible says, write the vision and make it clear so that the one who finds it can run with it. Do you know what I mean? Who can say that you have or I have a vision so down-packed to precise, detail of what I want my future to look like, of what I want my life to look like a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Many of us don't even have that, and we are over 30s. I started on this path at the age of 29. I'm 32 now. And I found that the things that I wanted to break off my life and the areas in my life that I wanted to change, it's not easy to change behaviors that you've had all your life. So when I started getting money at the age of 17, 18, I mishandled that money for many years until I was 29. It was something in me shifted out of difficulties. Out of Ken, you get money, your husband make money, but at the end of the month you're broke. At the end of the month you don't have anything to show. How is this possible? Where are you going wrong, and why are you going wrong? You're tithing, you're giving your offerings, you're going to church, you're a good person, but financially you're struggling. Financially you're struggling, you're suffering, and you don't know why. And I realized as I started reading and doing courses and getting more mentored, paying for mentors, that there's something called financial intelligence. There's something called financial management. There's a whole world in the financial, there's a whole financial world that I never knew about. And I'm figuring this out at 29. Then it took me a whole year to break some bad habits, right? I realized I would save a certain amount and I would self-sabotage myself. Why? Because I have beliefs that are incorrect. I had beliefs that money is evil. It's not humble to have a lot of money. And so I will get a certain place in savings, and then I will spend that saving in one go. I self-sabotage myself. That's why it's this. I started learning about your conscious beliefs, your unconscious beliefs. What are your thoughts on money? What are your thoughts on love? What are your thoughts on parenting and friendship? And all this shows up in our behavior. Figuring all this out, I believe that a year, just figuring this out and waking up to this understanding, a year of my life just just went off track. Just the thought of I've lived 29 years on this planet and I've wasted a good decade of my life. And some of you, you are older and you feel the same. Some of you, you are younger and you have no clue. So I started paying more attention to the courses that I bought. I just started spending money on buying courses, on being mentored and developed. And one of these courses shook me to the course. It's called Life Book. And this guy, John, he explained with his wife, Missy, how he was also in this state where he got to a place of anxiety and depression because he was trying to figure out life, but he couldn't figure out life, and he knew something was wrong. You know, when you get to a place when you know there's more to life than this, there's more to life than this, there's more to my life than this, but how do I do it? How do I get there? Now, through these courses, one thing that I mainly focused on was my intellect development and my financial development and self-development and just becoming a better woman, becoming better financially. And I realized the areas that I was focusing on was getting better, monthly getting better, yearly getting better. I was becoming better. My thoughts was, okay, the areas that I'm focusing on is getting better, but I'm not focusing on some areas. So how can I focus on all these areas? Parenting, marriage, finances, social life, career, business, health and health, intellect, emotions. How can I focus on all these areas and become better? And I realized I had to write my vision down on what I want in these areas of my life. Get very clear and precise, the best that I can. Just get very clear, the best that I can. And not just write it down and dig it and put it under the dirt, even though sometimes that works. But planning towards it. Sometimes we can write a vision and it is so embedded in us that you just happen to get it done. Like when I was 24 and I gave my life to God, I wrote a list of things that I wanted, and all those things came to pass in a couple of years. And that is great. But I feel like there's a better way to do things than to accidentally make it happen. But to intentionally write what you want down. Intentionally write the reason why you want it. Your why to why you want it. Intentionally writing down the steps in getting there. And working towards this daily. Making it be a habit daily. A habit of getting up early daily. A habit of eating healthy daily. And yes, we are humans. We're going to mess up. I love eating out. I love my junk food. But I also love my body and my health. And I also want to live long for my children. To see my grandkids and their children. And so I have to find balance. And yes, eating healthy, but also enjoying those nice stuff, sometimes. You know what I mean? So I want to speak to you and to tell you, get clear on your vision, get clear on your plans. Get clear on the things that you want in life, you know? Get clear on the vacations you want to go on. Get clear on the lifestyle that you want to live. Be realistic. Give yourself time. Give yourself grace. But also give yourself a plan. Okay, how do you want to get there? Or you want your degree, but what are the steps you need to get that degree? What degree do you want? Why do you want that degree? You know, you want a better love life. Okay, and what do you expect for yourself? How do you expect your partner to speak to you? How do you expect to speak to your partner? You know, what kind of respect do you want? What kind of love do you want? Being clear with the things that you want as a parent. Being clear the things that you want financially, spiritually, mentally, intellectually. Being clear on the lifestyle that you want socially, and then getting those steps, learning the steps to get there, right? Learning the steps to get there. What kind of characteristics do you want? You know, I remember when I came into God, and I was very bitter. Like, I was a very bitter and rude and disgusting person. But I had this desire to be a kind person. I had this desire to be a genuine person. But I didn't know how to do that. And I had to learn it, you know, from people that had good traits around me. I'd be like, okay, I want to say this in a kind way. Kanisha don't know how to say it in a kind way. I know how to say it bluntly and rudely, just as it come to my head, unfiltered. How do I do it? Can you tell me how to do it? And I had to do that for a long while before I was able to produce that for myself, you know. And a lot of that came from unforgiveness. A lot of that came from pain that I was holding on to, and I had to learn to release those pains. So anything in your life that you want, and in places that you want to get to, there are steps to get there, and all you have to do is plan and commit. I do believe in, if you can, start in one or two areas. Like me, I started with my finances, and I've seen a big change. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm better. Do you know what I mean? So start with your parenting, start with your marriage. You can start with yourself, self-development, but start somewhere and work your way. Work your way throughout all the areas that you want to become better in. And I'm going to do a video in the areas that I'm working in, and hopefully it can help you to spark some ideas in your planning, in your vision, and in your life. I really hope this video help you guys. God bless.